Hey, if you're watching this video, chances are you have a newly planted tree or shrub, and someone's probably telling you that you need to hand water it for at least the first year. All of this is true. But what exactly does that mean? What is hand watering? I'm up at Covington's Nursery with Nathan Dunham, and he's gonna break it down for us. Nathan, what is hand watering?
Hand watering really means we're just gonna go out there and water with the garden hose.
As opposed to relying on our sprinkler system.
Correct.
So, Nathan, are there certain ways that you recommend that we do this?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's get into that.
Okay, so the easiest way to water is to literally just use your fingers. And this is the way I do it at home. So what we do is we just want to use our fingers to break up the water. And we just want to make sure that we evenly distribute water all the way around the tree. And the reason we stick our fingers in there is because we don't want to disrupt the mulch or blow all of the mulch out of the bed. So this is the way that we do it at the nursery, and this is the way I prefer to do it. However, there are some tools that'll do a great job.
Okay.
There are different types of water breakers. And so this is a really good one here. And see how it has a nice gentle stream of water. So again, we're not renting the mulch, we're not sending all the mulch out of the bed. This is a great way to do it. Another tool that we can use is a watering wand. And a watering wand is essentially the same thing, just with the long post. So it makes it a little bit easier to reach into hard to get to places.
I can't help but notice all of these methods involve a human, me, standing there with the hose. Is there any other alternatives?
Absolutely, so we can just turn this down to a trickle, and I can just lay it right down there at the base of the tree and go on about my business.
Nathan told you what he did at his house, and I'll tell you this is what I do at my house. I turn it on a slow trickle and just leave it for half an hour. But that brings me to my next question, Nathan. How long, ideally, textbook, do we want to water this tree each session?
So in our clay soils, it's always different. So the key is we want to water until the water starts to puddle up. That's how we'll know the ground is completely saturated. So if we try to give you a time frame, the only thing we know for sure is we'll be wrong.
Okay, so when we start to see it puddle up, that we know that then it's time that we can turn off that water and move on to the next tree or shrub.
Absolutely.
Okay. Lastly, Nathan, the thing that everyone always wants to know is how many times a week do we have to do this?
So we want to soak the tree down depending upon how hot it is. So depending upon the temperature, we'll water with different frequency.
Okay, and I'm going to put this schedule up on the screen. You can take a screenshot of it, or I'll also put a link in the caption notes so that you can print it at home if you like. But Nathan, walk us through it.
So if we're under 75, we want to soak the tree down one time a week if it doesn't rain. If we're between 75 and 85, we're going to do it 1 to 2 times a week. If we're between 85 and 95, we're going to do it 2 to 3 times a week. And if we're between 95 and whatever we're going to get to in Texas, we're going to water a minimum of 3 to 5 times a week, with the exception of in the middle of the summer, if we've gone a month with no rain and it's been 105 every day, we might have to water every day for a while.
And you'll notice that Nathan's not giving you seasons per se, he's giving you temperature ranges, and that's because the seasons in Texas, as you might have noticed, have become kind of unpredictable. So if it feels like summer, even though we're still in November, you're going to have to adjust your water accordingly.
Yep. And one more tip, don't forget to keep a healthy layer of mulch on your newly planted trees. It will make your water last longer.
Certainly does. Sounds like a plan, Nathan. Thank you so much. And guys, if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to just come up to Covington's Nursery in Rowlett, Texas and talk to us. And let's grow together.